morning, good morning. What is up, everybody? How are you doing today? How are we feeling? What's going on? Talk to me, people. I have a feeling I might be rocking this one solo today. So find a way to chat. Don't do it while driving. What's up, Paul Tim? Way to break the silence, sir. Thank you very much. It's just me talking to myself on Twitch and then talking to myself on Twitter. Where's everybody at? Jason is feeling the weight of the world right now as he is in his last week of school before break. So, as you know, kids in school right now are checked out, anxious to leave, getting those last little assignments in to boost those grades before the winter break or report cards or whatever's going on. Who knows? Got the book. Nice. All right. Good stuff, man. I'll let everyone know this. Like the show's not affiliated at all or anything like that, but we really love the book, we really enjoy it, but he did just came out he Ryan did just come out with a journal, like a partner to this book. So I have I'll definitely show that off a little bit. Mine comes in about 4 days, I think, on the 20th. So when I get it, I'll kind of show you guys. I have his stoic version of the journal, but it's underneath my stand here, so I don't want to mess up the video right now. But wife's a teacher, yeah. So she's feeling the same thing. So yeah, Jason's just locking in, trying to get himself organized and everything going on with his own kids who are in their final week of school, and then obviously teaching. So he didn't want to come on today and cry sad tears. And then I did invite our friend David. So David, if you're here in the background somewhere, I did send you a text with a link. Um, you're more than welcome to come up, buddy. Just click the button, and I'll add you up. But yeah, we're here. Let's see what's been going on. So yesterday was a good day. I got home early. I had to work a little bit more, so wife went and got the kids. But then we hung out, played some games. The kids, so my mother-in-law, my wife's mom, she does an advent calendar for the kids where it's like a gift. It's actually a gift every day. It's grown way out of control, in pretty much everyone's opinion. Used to be little tiny trinkets. Now they like kind of just basically get full-on gifts. Um, the thing that Bentley got yesterday was pretty cool. It was like a big, like, fabricy target, and then some, like, little Velcro balls and darts, and so the kids and I were playing that, um, you know, and teaching a little bit of competition, teaching a little bit of cheaters always win, but then they don't. A little addition as we add the scores together. So it's a good time, and I got in a late workout. My wife went to the gym, and oh, the night, yeah, the end of the night. So the end of the night, um, our our daughter's friend Bailey, she ended our daughter Bailey, her friend Sam is at our house painting, which is amazing and doing a great job. And then oh, can you hear me?
I can.
There you are. You got a little bit of a
Yeah.
delay, maybe.
This is the morning beanie club, right? Am I in the right
Yeah,
place?
it's cold. Yep. Yep. My head's always cold, so yeah, but good morning, dude. How you doing?
I am good. I am good. I'm getting an
Awesome.
echo here. I'm trying to find the button.
I don't hear an echo, so I don't know if anyone else hears an echo, but
Well, that's good. All right. I can just
we
echo
got
myself then.
here we go. So tell me, you'd said you just went and visited one of your kids this weekend? Is that what it was? Or were you referring to a previous time? Oh, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay.
There's a lot of background noise in this, and I'm going to mute real quick and fix
Mm,
something.
no problem. I'll finish telling the story that I was telling before you came on. So I didn't get to pick like Bailey didn't come home. She gets out of school around 2, and then she had after school club till about 4. We were set to pick her up. But then her friend Sam was like, "Oh, I'm just gonna grab her. I'm feeling bored. I want to hang out with my friend." So, and this has happened quite a bit. So Sam will grab her from school, and then they'll go off and have a little adventure. So sometimes what that means for me is I don't get to see my daughter because she goes off with her friends, and then she comes back um, after my bedtime, but before her bedtime. Which, on one end is sad because I don't get to see my daughter, but on the other end, I uh, enjoy that she's getting to hang out with her friend and getting to go on these little adventures and have fun. I remember that, doing the same when I was her age. So, I'm definitely not gonna make it about me versus about her. And what ended up happening last night was they did end up coming home about 30, 40 minutes before my bedtime, and so we were able to all kinda, like, hang out again, and chat, and then Brooklyn came down, and Brooklyn's been having kinda, like, some rough times, but she turned it around last night, and she was chatty Cathy with Bailey and Sam and me as well, so it was like a cool, nice little garbage time, fun way to end the night. You back, David? I see you're on mute. So I think he's still working through the tech. Let me try to unmute you. What happens? I can't unmute you, so you gotta unmute yourself. David, I remember tech issues last time. He's smiling and laughing, so I think he can hear me, but you're still on mute on our end. I cannot hear you, buddy. I can see you trying to talk. There we go. Now try.
Yeah, I know. I'm getting a lot of. It sounds like my alter ego is talking behind me. I can
Oh,
hear all of
really?
that.
That's so weird. Is it because you're in Twitch as well? You should close yourself out of Twitch.
Yeah, let me twitch out. Pardon
Because
my
I don't think the chat is doing much, and we could I'll put up the chat if you really want to see what people are saying.
all right. Oh my
But yeah,
goodness, clarity.
there you go. Okay. Yeah, I
No,
saw
no
you in
more
the
back,
background of
no more back
Twitch.
talk. All right.
Cool, cool, cool. So tell me, what do you think? Did you read today's?
I did. I think it's important. At
Hmm.
the end of the day, it's kind of dark, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But I've had those conversations with my wife, my spouse. She did not like them. I started doing life insurance planning, and
Yeah.
she goes, "I don't want to talk about that." It's like, well, if
Yeah.
I get hit by a bus tomorrow, I want to make sure you're taken care of. So,
Yeah, there's definitely some difficulty coming with this month, and talking on the other side with the other person, like
right,
if they're not prepared for it. I think the book does a pretty good job if you started at the beginning of the year or even in the middle of like giving you like the full scope of parenting and like a lot of the good side, and it kind of sprinkles in some of the mortality aspect of it during the rest of the year before you get to like the month of December where it's like full on mortality. Like that's
right,
all we're talking about. Like and again, like kind of like the way I think of it, it's like the end of the year. So like some people think it's the end of the book, even though the book that technically doesn't end. You just open it again on January 1. Um, so it makes sense. But yeah, if you're just jumping into it in the month of December, it could be a bit daunting, which I think unfortunately the book came out around October or November. So we got like really into December real quick. and then I
right.
gave the book to 3 of my dad friends all for their birthdays, and all their birthdays were in November. So I think they all, like, were like, "This is a dark book. I might need to re-gift
Well
it."
well, I think it all has purpose, at least the conversation. Um,
Yeah.
I may, be one of those dads on, the farther side of, some of these conversations.
Mhm.
One thing I've recognized is, um, that I think I've raised my kids right. They raised me correctly. At the end of the day, everything, if I'll use the bus analogy too often, but if I get hit by a bus tomorrow, they're going to be okay. I've
Yeah.
taught them everything they need to know. They're functioning adults. They will carry on. While it might be sad, um, here we go.
Yeah. Yeah, and, I mean, that's why we've said many times, like, we always appreciate you being in here, and, that's the funny thing about this book and this little, like, show, or this little audience that we have here, is like, we have people, that are in here expecting, and we have people in here in the middle, of the journey, the toddler phase, the teenage phase. We have people with full grown adults like you, and then we have people with grandkids like Robbie and Craig, and it's great for everyone to kind of all come together.
Wait,
And
Dom, I'm going to stop you. You're not a full grown adult yet?
no, no, I mean, like, my kids are teenagers. I always talk about the people, like, what their kids
I
are.
know, I know. I have to mess with you sometimes.
But yeah, it just I think it's very helpful for me to, like, be looking at you and seeing the way that because that's ideally what my goal is to have a like the kind of relationship that I know you have with your kids, where you guys still talk, you still get together, like, they call you when they need, like you said, like the Uber ride home from the bars. You were talking the other day about dancing with them and singing, like,
Yep.
it's great to know, that there's a way that it doesn't stop. The journey of parenting. Like, I know there's a version of it that doesn't stop, but there's many different versions you can have. And so, it's always cool to get your perspective and hear about what's going on with you and your kids.
Well, I said this with last time I was on when it was just a black box, um, and shared some stuff, and Jay really got emotional on it, I think, but I got emotional this morning. Um, my middle daughter sent me a clip from Instagram of Dick Van Dyke and his 100th birthday party, and the original cast got together with him and started singing "Let's Go Fly a Kite."
Mhm.
And she shared the that reel with me, and and I think she got emotional. It's like, Dad, you used to sing this to me when you put me to bed at night. It's like,
Yeah.
I remember that. And I've had
It,
the other kids, my oldest daughter said, it's like, can you sing me to sleep tonight? It's like, this feels weird. How old are you? 30?
well, but
It's like,
that's
okay,
great.
all
Like,
right.
they miss it too. Like, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
So they remember. So, that's why I said, in the beginning, it's like, here, I'm shaking the camera. Um, it's, it's just one of those things. It's like, if I get hit by a bus tomorrow, it's like, I know they're going to be fine.
Yeah.
They've
Oh
got it
yeah.
all figured out and everything's good.
Yeah, I mean, what's great is, like, you not only did you, like, you did it right, but you also raised them, uh like, emotionally secure enough to, like, ask you, like, that's a pretty vulnerable, like you said, like, a kind of like a weird thing to ask, like, for an over 20-year-old or over 30-year-old to be like, can you sing me to bed? Like, that takes a little bit of, even with her own dad, like, that takes a little bit of
Yeah.
vulnerability,
Yeah.
like, to ask that question. That's super cute. I love that.
It is a moment. And I treasure it again. I treasured it then. And now they're
Yeah.
asking again. It's like, okay, let's do this.
How cool.
Yeah.
Um, Yeah, so I had a question. Jason likes to put the reading into Chat GPT and help start the show for us. I did it this time to see what they said. The questions were a little, a little bit normal. Like if today were the day your kids remembered you by, what version would they remember? You have any thoughts on that?
Oh my goodness. I think I've got 3 daughters, so I think they all have a different image in their head. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm not there to be that.
So you feel your relationship was different with each one of them? Like you have like certain little things?
Oh yeah, we all had I don't want to say our quirks, but we all had those little connections.
Yeah.
My oldest was in sports. My middle daughter and I are so much alike in the way we think, and we even share our dreams sometimes. So it's a ton of fun. And my youngest is just she's probably oh, I shouldn't say this out loud because I'm on video. Uh, she's probably smarter and actually stronger than my two oldest daughters put together. She has the most potential, and she's almost scared of her own shadow. So we work through that all day long. I'm
Gotcha.
not sure if you can relate, but at the end of the day, it's just interesting.
Yeah,
I've Go ahead.
I was gonna say my middle child is kind of like that. Like she came to me the other day and she's like, Dad, it's so weird. Like I have the allergies and I have like the eye problems and the glasses and like Bailey and Bentley didn't have anything. And she's like, what happened? Like, was I not supposed to like, why did I get all the problems? And I'm like, honey, gonna be the strongest of them because you've had to go through adversity and challenges. Like that just means that you have the strongest, spirit and the most,
Right,
you know, sh- that's what it takes. Like they're going to go through their own challenges in their own ways and they're going to be different, but like yours were brought to you earlier and, all that stuff. That's not exactly true. Like the other kids had some stuff growing up too. So, but like hers are just the more obvious ones that like still like run through to this
yeah.
day. Whereas the other ones were just when they were born, they had a lot of stuff.
And with your kids, guys or girls, it doesn't matter. It's a one-on-one with those conversations.
Yeah.
You can
Yep.
have the group, hey, let's all get together and do this. But at the end of the day, a lot of times they'll bring very personal things to you that you have to work with one on one. And
Yeah, and
like
it's one of those things where like kind of like the book does touch on like no matter what you have going through your day, like when you walk through that front door or in reality when they just come into your space, like you got to be ready to push everything else aside, like any stress, any financial stress, any fight with your wife, trouble with the house, like our air conditioners went out this weekend, like work stress, what like turn your phone off, your distracting, Twitter feed or Instagram, and they come in and they want to ask you a question like, like I have all the problems. Why? That's when you got to lock in and you got to be like,
right.
let's talk about it. So,
No, I agree. Yeah, you just got to hear them out.
hmm
Uh, I think in my early days, I probably wasn't as attentive to the
yeah.
the family, and then I just decided one day, it's like, you know what? It's like if you're going to interrupt me, it must be important, and we're going to
hmm
talk about it. And I turn my phone off, and I turn around, I face them, and look them in the eye. It's like, what's on your mind?
What do you, what
I,
was
I
there?
think that's a great practice.
Yeah, definitely. Was there any catalyst? Like, was there any like reason why that happened at that certain point in your journey?
Well, I think it came down to I just was not attentive.
Yeah.
I was trying to multitask, if that makes sense, and trying to do two things at once. I'd be on I'd be on a business call or I'd be, driving, and it's like I can't talk about this right now, and I need to stay focused. And then I just realized the conversation was probably more important than anything I was doing. I've
Mhm.
literally pulled the car over and put it in park and said, "Okay, tell me what's on your mind, because
Yeah.
you're spending a lot of time trying to get my attention. So this must be important."
Yeah. Well, that's good. I mean, I think everyone needs to learn that lesson. I think hard to it's kind of hard to be taught it, like, until you actually, like, until it just clicks for you. Like, it's going to click at different times. Like, if you're starting a business right now and you got a
Right.
lot on your plate and you're like early in your career, but you also had kids early, like, I think that's hard to really, like, you know, learn that lesson. And so that, like, if I'm reflecting back to like how I was with my journey, like, that's how it was for me. Like, I was still starting and I also had a kid. So I always say on here, like, I feel like my first kid, got the least of me. Whereas halfway through my middle child is when I picked up this,
Right.
this book on stoicism and these books on life perspective, and, like, how it's like, we spend all of our time grinding for work, and then at the end of it we're like, family's the most important thing to me. I'm doing this all for the family, but it's like, you're doing this all for the family, but this is literally taking you away from your family. So is there a way to, l- like, pull a little bit out of work, like, just not be there as much so that you can be there just a little bit more for your family and a little bit more each day as you grow, and even if that's just like hiring someone to take stuff off your plate. So for me, it's been the books.
No, no, and I like the books. I kind of went through the same journey. I think in the earlier days, whether it's a spousal disagreement or the kids or work, um, I don't want to say you took it personal, but at the end of the day, you were kind of charged,
Hmm.
and you were looking for, your own personal space to, kind of let that go. And so it became difficult. So you feel like you're, maybe you aren't, but you're yelling at everybody, but it's your problem. It's not theirs, and
Yeah.
you're taking it out on them. So I reversed that. There was kind of that stoic or catalyst or whatever word you want to use moment that it just spun around. It's like, you know what? There's only so many minutes in the day,
Hmm.
so it's time to get some quality time with whoever I interact with. And we're talking about kids and family right now, but I do the same thing in business. It's like,
Yes.
you got my full attention, and if you don't know what you're talking about, I don't either. But I am listening. So yeah, there are those moments.
Yeah, it's definitely important. And like the books say, or like a lot of people say online, is like, it's also never too late. Like, you can, I don't know when you started doing that within your three kids lifespan, but, like, obviously, looking at the way that you interact with them now, like, you have really good relationships with them. So even if you spent the first, like, 10 years of one kid's life maybe a little disconnected, and then you locked in, or maybe that kid was 17, like, it's never too late to do it. It's never too late to, kind of like learn that lesson and make that switch. It 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 just begs the question, like, damn it, why didn't I do it earlier?
Yeah, well, I'm starting to repeat my old habits, but I think they're still good habits. So at the end of the day, like I was last weekend, I was with my daughter in Oregon, so that was a fun visit, and it was funny because my daughter and her husband were cooking in the kitchen, and they wouldn't let me help.
Mhm.
So what did I do? I started putting on music. I just started dancing and bumping into them, doing the stupid things I used to do with my kids when they're like 3 years old. We
Yeah.
just dance. And
Yep.
so they loved it. It's like my daughter, it's like, it's been a long time. And my son-in-law is like, what the flip is going on? So It was a ton of fun.
You're like, "Look, you had the choice. You coulda just let me help."
Yeah, exactly. I'm not gonna say it's your fault, but anyway,
It only gets weird from here. Like,
yeah,
we could have
exactly,
a conversation or we could get goofy. Like,
exactly. And we got goofy. It was a ton of fun.
I do that to my kids too. But mine's more like I'm gonna ask you some questions about your day, and then like if you don't answer, and like you're gonna want to blow me off, then I'm just gonna start being weird. Like, and then I'm just gonna start saying really weird stuff till I get the response of like, "Dad, what? No." Um. So yeah, they
And no matter what age, you can do that practice never hurts. So,
yeah, a dad never lives loses his ability to be cringe
yeah.
and
I
embarrass
used to
his
call
kids.
it, bad dad jokes, but,
Mhm.
yeah, I can get weird. I can get jiggy, whatever they call it now.
Yeah, I was dropping a bunch of those on, my daughters last night and my one daughter's friend, and, I can't remember the one that I dropped on her. Oh, because she came in camouflage pants. I used to love this in high school, like, just like, "Oh, where'd your legs go?" And then she looked at me, she's like, "I don't understand." And I'm like, "They're just so camouflaged right now with the couch." And she was just like, "Damn it." And I'm like, "I'm sorry, I had to do it." Like, oh, gotta love
Oh,
it.
yeah, I think it's funny. I'm just remembering back. I did a podcast, man, it's been 2 years ago with Blaze, and I shared the 6, 16, and 26 theory. And
Mhm.
ages are not exact, but at the end of the day, your kids think that you're clueless as a parent. It's like they
Yeah.
know everything and you are clueless. And then I'll have to revise that one because they grow into this age where there's like I miss this. I said, Dad, you embarrassed me. But at the end of the day, I love it, but not in front of my friends.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of embarrassment, but then it's a little bit of like I still think that there's a part of them that like, you know, loves that they're getting attention from their dad. It's
Right.
attention is getting shown in front of other people like out in public. Like my thing that I'm notorious for is whenever my girls are in like a on stage, like so for instance, my daughter Brooklyn had a dance competition this weekend.
Yeah.
So as soon as her group walked onto the stage, so like she's walking and all of her like 20 or 30, like the people that she was with, I wait for the quietest moment to yell her name as loud as I possibly can. Um, and I know that the first reaction is like, "Dad." But then like the next one is like a smile, like like
Right.
he did it, he cared, like he showed
Yeah.
like that, and he showed me off in front of all these people, and so that's why I do it.
Yeah. I've done the same thing. I had a daughter who ran cross country. She did track too, but the cross country was a ton of fun because I would position myself somewhere on the trail. And then usually it's at the end of the race, the last 1,000 feet or whatever, 1,000 yards, because she's a great sprinter. And I would just let out a primal scream. I just call her
Mm,
name and it's like, go, Megan, go.
yeah.
She said, it scared the you know what out of me. I go, and what happened? Like, I ran so fast I couldn't stop. It's like, okay, mission
There you
accomplished.
go. A little bit of juice there right at the end when you
Yeah.
need it.
Yeah. So
Perfect,
now
man.
she expects it when she hears me yell. It's like, that's just my dad.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. I've only been told once not to do it, like and then I didn't do it. Like I think she was still expecting me to do it, but I didn't. I was like, "All right, we'll see. We'll see if you really like it when I don't do it. Fine. We'll let all the other parents do it because other people do it. It's not like we're the only people that do this."
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
Um, so yeah, it was a lot of fun. It's always a lot of fun. Parenting, it's those parts. Like if you really we sit here and we talk about these things, um, and we're having fun doing it. Like and we're
Yeah.
enjoying it, and we're looking
Well,
we're looking at
sometimes
it.
it's experimental. You try something out, it's like, well, that didn't work. It's
Yeah.
like now I got 6 months of therapy here because I screamed your name out at a race.
Yeah.
But now they turn around. It's like, Dad, I can't hear your voice. It's like, why aren't you yelling anymore? It's like, oh, I can yell.
You got hurt that one time. I didn't want to do it.
Get ready. Yeah.
Yeah. So, one daughter in Oregon. Where are
Yes.
the other two?
I got a daughter in Chicago. I saw her a month ago, anyway, and a daughter in Oregon. I've got another one in Columbus, Ohio. So
Okay. Chicago. And where are you?
currently, I'm managing a house here in Louisville, closing out my mom's estate. So I will
Okay.
probably move up to Indianapolis.
Okay.
So
Got it.
I
So
think the
close to
nice
two
thing
of them.
about the girl conversation is I always told my kids, you know, live someplace I want to visit.
Yeah.
And so far, so good.
Yeah, and that's what I've been trying to talk to my wife about this is like I want to get to a point where we're like financially sound enough or we can have property in places where our kids go.
Right.
Um yeah, you missed the David special edition episode.
Oh my
100%
goodness.
you did.
MP.
That like because I don't want like my goal is not to tell my kids like not to have them just be where I am. I would love for them, I would love for them to feel like where we've raised them and where we've lived is home and they can find a place and people here, and that's totally a fine option. But I
Right.
also know that there's so much more out there for them to experience and explore. And I know enough people in different towns and states and cities that have, you know, left their place of origin and gone there and made a living for themselves and a home for themselves.
Right.
So I don't want to, put my kids in one basket or other. I want them to do whatever they want to do. And I just want to make sure that we can be in a position where we can, go visit them anywhere, whenever. I definitely don't want
Right.
distance to become distance or finances to become a factor where it's like, oh, I only see my kids, once a year or once every other year, or only on the high holidays or something like that. Especially when like the time for grandchildren come out. Um,
No, I totally
yeah.
agree. Where am I going to go with
Thank
this?
you.
The nice part about the kids living different places is it's an adventure because she just moved to Oregon,
Oh,
so it
cool.
was nice to get to explore and experience
Yeah.
new things with her because it's like, well, I don't know anything about this. My daughter moved up to Chicago, and I think I visited her like 2 weeks after she moved up there, and it was a ton of fun because we are just running around the city. It's like, well, I know Chicago a little bit. It's been 20 years since I've been here, um,
Hmm.
but we're just like, just what do you call it? Exploring the shops in the local areas. Grabbing the train and figuring out how to get around town, and it was just a ton of fun. We're just figuring it out together.
Yeah.
Um, now she's probably figured it all out on her own, but that's okay. Um, Next time I visit, she'll tell me, her favorite places, and we'll go do that.
That's
So
awesome.
yeah, it's good stuff. It's all good stuff.
Very good. All right, man. Well, thank you. Thanks for coming up.
Yeah.
Um, as
Well, we could
always.
do another special edition. Thank you, MP, for calling that out.
Yeah, and look, there's no shortage of days where Jason's not going to be exhausted. Dig it, Jason. Um, so we always got David in the corner on the reserves, ready to take a seat, ready to
Hey,
ready to jump
I
up.
might be sitting on the couch. Who knows where you'll find me? The daily dad's couch, but
Yeah.
I don't smoke much.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Have a great day, and like always, we'll be back on here tomorrow. Do you have the book? I can send you the images whenever you want. If you don't have the book.
I do not have the book. I think I've got a PDF, but it doesn't match up with like what you sent. So I might have a different edition or version. Who knows?
Oh, interesting. Wonder if it's like a summary PDF or something.
It might
Like,
be.
is it still have daily? Like, it doesn't have like a like the date on the top?
I'll have to go look at it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not
Well, if you're interested, you could always ask, or I can always send them. I don't want to like, like I used to kind of like throw it in the parents chat and like, but then I felt like I was the only one, like just daily dropping the reading in there and like, almost advertising our show all the time. I'm like, I know that's not what this chat is for. But seeing as no one really uses it very much, I don't, whatever.
well,
Is
Dom,
what
it's
it
always
is.
good to refresh. It's like say, hey, this is the book. I know you hold the blue one up, and
Yeah.
like this is what we're doing. So if you get confused, this is what we're doing.
No, MP, it's not. I mean, I didn't start that chat. If I started it in the realm of like I'm starting this chat with a bunch of parents so we could talk about the Daily Dad book and the show, then that would be a different story. If that was just a private chat with me and you, yeah, pretty much, MP, pretty much. It's just a couple of us that chat in there. I think everybody else has it on
Yeah,
mute.
sorry, MP. I broke in on your private chat.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Dan's
you
in
and
there
Dom
every now
carry
and
on.
then. um. Well, we're here for it. I'll send you the reading here and there again
All right, cool.
if you.
Appreciate it, Dom. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Again, thanks for coming up, and we'll do this again for sure.
Yeah, let's do it again.
And it's like I said,
Maybe during the
have you on.
holidays, we'll do it.
All right. Okay. Well,
All
we'll
right,
see
cool.
you guys. Ooh, MP found his book. Awesome. We'll see you guys all tomorrow. Thank you, everybody. Have a great day. Hug your kids. Let everything go and just enjoy that time with your kids. Bye, buddy.
Peace out.
See ya.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.